Sun was out, we're in the middle of Paris in a cafe, we're sitting there, and I said, John, he was an emerald at the time, I think, he's making very good money. I said, John, why don't you want to go to Blue Diamond? He said, Sean, he said, I come down every morning, he said, I have my coffee, I read the paper, he said, I haven't got to go anywhere or do anything. He said, why would I want to do that? And I said, well, there's a lot more money there. He said, Sean, I make good money, And then as his organisation expanded, which they tend to do when you're a leader, his organisation, and he began to have Blue Diamonds pop up in his group and team elites around the world, and then he was leaving all this money on the table, and so, a few years ago, or several years ago, he became a Blue Diamond, and when he did, his check, bumped up quite dramatically. And he was a very happy man. I remember him calling me and saying, wow, he said, wow, the money. He said, I really didn't, I don't know what he was thinking, but he said, the money is unbelievable. And I said, yeah, I know. I've been experiencing that for a long time. Anyway, we love him dearly. We want him to come up and spend a couple of minutes to share his wisdom with you. And John, why don't you come up and
I didn't expect to speak, and I'm absolutely delighted because I love speaking.
John, you've just got a couple of minutes, all right?
First of all, really, the upline that we have, it's very hard not to enjoy this business. Sean, Steve, John, all the guys, really, I was in banking for many years, and I say to people, well, whilst I was sitting at the cafe, I was also a very happy man, because I loved just doing what I was doing, the lifestyle that this thing was giving me, and for me it really was, after working really, really hard, having an incredibly stressful life in my supermarkets, which Sherry remembers really well in Sydney, and just getting rid of all that and having a peaceful life and a peaceful mind and not having to worry about so many things that I had to worry about. That was first of all, the great thing about this, and that's the thing that I'm always so grateful for. Really the money came afterwards, and obviously I like the money, and obviously it's great. But first of all, it was the freedom and the lifestyle. It truly was, and the lack of stress. That was just wonderful. And then the other thing that kept me in this deal, right at the beginning, it was really tough, was the people I was working with. I just really liked these people. The first, I got to tell you, Sean and Cherie have a lot to do with it. Obviously, Stephen in Australia, but the second part of the story that Sean forgot to tell you, is that, okay, it was just an innocent remark that I said to Sherry,
Yeah, whatever.
It was friendship,
It was a full-blown attack, right?
In any case, the second part of the story is that Sherry says to me, Sean says, well, Sherry says to me, well, you should come tonight to the meeting, to the presentation. So, I walk up to the presentation, and I said, I'm looking for that really cute woman I've been speaking to, And instead I get this huge guy that comes up to me, and you, John? I say, yeah, he said, g'day, mate, and he shakes my hand. I swear to God, my hand's still hurting. I said, okay, buddy, I got the message.
She came home and said to me, she said, I met a very handsome French-Australian lawyer today, and he put the moves on me. I said, well, he won't after I meet you.
That sentence, nothing French in me at all. I'm Irish. Okay, that's what In any case, thanks everything for everything you do. We're incredibly excited about AJOC. Truly, I got a lot of young people in my organization in France, a lot of young guys, a lot represented, like some of the young people here with us today. And what really got me excited when I started seeing how excited they were when they were receiving their AJOC. I've never seen a result like that since I've been in Nu Skin. When people got their galvanic spa, they were, okay, this is great, but the AJOC me has been a level of excitement that I've just never ever seen. So we're really, really eager to get back and start building our teams and our business with that over the next 6 months before the launch. So good luck to everybody. And thank you very much.
Okay, Jon McLelland, why don't you come up here? And, Jon is Sherry's my direct upline, and Jon, as Nathan said, Jon was the instigator of really doing the business internationally. And You know, over the years, frankly, we have not worked together that much. You know, we've personally, you know, but Jon really helped launch our business internationally, and then I watched what he did, and then duplicated what he did. And as Nathan said, he's one of the best people persons that he's ever met, and I learned a lot of what I'm able to do, especially at the company. You know, Jon just happens to know just about everything that's going on, almost all the time, at the company. And I thought, I need to be like that. I could call him. Oh, sorry. So I used to watch what he'd do, and then I said to myself, I said, I'm going to learn to do that, you know. And luckily it worked out good because I've got some great friendships in there, as he does. He has a lot more than me. He knows a lot more than me, or Jerry, or just about anybody in this room, or just about anybody in the company. We are so lucky to have him as an upline. I'm proud to have him as an upline. We love him dearly. You know, he's just a great guy all around, and he's always been there. I don't know about you guys, but anytime I've called him or needed something, he's right there, you know? And he's just lucky I don't do that too often. But anyway, we're grateful for all that you've done, and we appreciate you can share your wisdom a little bit. We can be grateful for that. Thank you.
I'm going to sit, is that okay? Yeah. First off, congratulations for being here, all of you. It's a big sacrifice, and it would be no stretch to say we love you all. We know how hard you work. We know how crazy this business is. I'm honored for my upline, Mark, Nathan has just left, and my downline. To borrow a word from Garth Brooks, when he was putting his charity together, a bunch of professional athletes and everything, he didn't know what to call them, and he decided to call them teammates for kids. I think that's what we all are. We do have upline, downline, sideline, but we're all teammates. We're all trying to win and help each other win that prize. So in the few minutes I have today, let me start off with a story, because I know sometimes you don't feel like you're getting heard or communicating. As I like to say, the new word that's replaced communicating is connecting. If you can't connect, you can't succeed. But it's a cute story of a guy that calls his hearing doctor and says, I gotta get my wife in to see you. She's losing her hearing, it's affecting our marriage, she doesn't respond when I talk to her. And he says, okay, we'll bring her in. He goes, well, that's the problem. She doesn't think she has a problem. She won't come in. So he goes in and counsels. He says, I've got a little way we can test this. He said, why don't you go home, get to the farthest part of the house, and call her name. If she doesn't respond, keep moving closer and closer until she does, and we'll see how bad her hearing is. So that's a great idea. So he goes home, she's in the kitchen, he goes way back in the bedroom, and he goes, Mary, can you hear me? Nothing. Closer. Mary, can you hear me? Nothing. Now he's to the bedroom, right up front. Mary, can you hear me? Nothing. Finally, he's right outside the kitchen. Mary, can you hear me? She goes, yes. I've heard you now. I've answered 4 times. What do you want? Oh, maybe it's me. Well, that's how it feels like sometimes in this business. You know, the number one question we get asked, what's the secret to this business? You always hear that, don't you? And I used to blow it off, but then I thought, you know what, if people are asking, they really do want an answer. So for the last 6 months, I've been writing a book, and it's called The Forgetful Thief. Crazy name, and you just need to know 2 words about that. Nathan touched on the word thief first. We are all successful when we steal ideas, mannerisms, approaches from those people who are successful. No shame in stealing. You make it yours, you borrow it. Mark and Nathan were my upline. I look around, I look at the way people interact. I wish I had an Australian accent or, you know, bonjour. We. You know, there's so many things we can learn from successful people. So that's the thief part. What's the forgetful part? You cannot ever remember your failures in this business. You've got to put them out of your mind as soon as possible. Almost immediately. Think about it. Maybe I could have done something better. And then you have to have the gift of amnesia. You literally, it has to go. It will wear you down. It will beat you up. It will discourage you. It didn't happen. One of the greatest basketball players ever, when asked how he missed 5 free throws, easy free throws at the end of the game, said, "I don't remember that." They said, "Well, you know what I'm talking about." I said, "I have no clue." There's a point. And I've always believed that. And so give yourself, in summary, the gift of observation. Observe in others what you like. Borrow it. Steal it. Become better than you are today. Everybody. We all can. It's a constant process. It's an increasing business. And then, please, there are no failures. You don't remember them. Cherish the successes, the friendships, the things that go. When somebody rejects you, I promise you, the best thing you can do is just forget that it ever happened and move on. In closing, I do believe that the next 2 to 3 years, we've said it before, we keep saying it because this company's always got something on the front burner, or it's selling something on the back burner. It's unprecedented how much money they've spent, the research that's behind the 2 products in front of us. Now we need to find our way to present that. You know, it's not just the systems. People say we've got to have a system. Well, if it was just a system, then everybody in the system would succeed. So it can't just be a system. What is it? It is love and passion for what you're doing. People see that, and they want to be part of that. So, once again, congratulations. Make this brand your brand. It's new skin, it's age-locked, but it's you too. Make sure you brand yourself in there. Make sure everybody knows that you're passionate about it. And I hope we'll meet soon in another meeting like this, and we can see more of you with those fancy little things that don't stay on right, and you walk across the stage and have a good time. Thank you. I love you all. Thank you.
Time here, but if I could just have Mark come up for a second. Mark is John's upline, Mark Mabry. Mark 2. Mark's been a wonderful upline, and we're grateful too, because here's how it works, right? If Mark didn't go and present the business to John, now none of us would be standing here today. We wouldn't be here.
It's a biblical thing. I begat John, John begat.
No. John begat Sherry. Sherry begat.
Okay, well, you don't want to mess with that.
No. So anyway, Mark, we're great. Mark's always been there. He's a great guy. He came down to Australia when we were there. You know, came to stay at our house down there 20 plus years ago, and so he's become a really good friend. And so why don't you just share a couple of minutes?
Well, hey, what do you say? I'm the oldest guy in the room, I guess. You know, I mean, I never.
No, you're actually not.
Sherry, I'm not so sure you made the right call. I think John.
So, thanks, Mark.
So that's all I want to say. Just real quickly, there's somebody missing in this meeting today that really brings a presence, and that's Stephen's wife, McLelland. You know, what a beautiful thing when you can have a priority to take care of your mother. And so, Stephen wanted her to know that we're thinking of her, we love her, and the best of luck to her. Anyway, so many of you were recognized last night, and we hit that platinum level of recognition last night. It went for 1 hour and 45 minutes. And I mean, nobody was speaking, they were just coming through the curtain. And when you recognize the achievement level of what you accomplished, it is mind-numbing to sit there and realize the level of accomplishment in this company that we can just take for granted, right? And so, you know, I'm going to yield the balance of my time to Sean to kind of close this thing. But I just want to let you know how much I appreciate everything you guys have done for me and for my family. For the $16.32 lunch that I took Jon Conolly to over 26 years ago. After my wife just hounded me for almost 8 weeks straight, you got to take Jon to lunch. And of course, then just marvelous, wonderful things happen with all these great people. And here's the significant thing I want to leave with you, is that you can get 26 years down the road in your experience with this and still call everybody a friend, That's the magic of what we offer here. So thank you again so much, you guys. Let's have a fantastic